What is good, everyone? Welcome to tonight's charting session. It is Thursday, June 13th. Today, we are going to be going over the three trades I ended up taking today. I'm up around $1,000 on the day and the week. These were the first three trades I've taken pretty much all week. So we're going to go over them, talk about the confluences, talk about why I took them, all that good stuff. We're going to also be going over trades I didn't take, why I didn't take them, and overall just price action today. I'm going to be going over my model that I explained in last charting session. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. Go watch that first if you're watching this in recordings. But yeah, going to be going over that pretty quickly, and then we're going to also be going over the trading model that I have linked in Concepts. It's basically just my discretionary model that I trade every day. I have it linked right here. It's just called my 2024 trading plan. And yeah, that's that, right? So we'll go over that, and I'll give you guys like a better look at it, an example here today. So coming into the morning today, I did not see any A quality setups. I don't think any short here was valid. And I can have, and yeah, I don't think any short here was valid. I didn't like any shorts with this low resistance liquidity right above. I think this short here was, honestly, in my opinion, a pretty bad trade, this inversion or anything, just with all this low resistance liquidity here. But yeah, starting off from 9, well, we can skip all this. This was pretty shit. But yeah, we had equal lows here. Also, today is contract rollover. So I was really, really confused with what the fuck was going on. I didn't know if I should be on NQ1 or NQM. I was asking so many different people. I didn't get a clear response. Adanomics told me NQ1, and then I went on NQ1 and took a short, and I got filled like with some Forex fills. So anyways, I don't know what was going on today. I just tried to trade NQM though. But yeah, nothing here in the AM was good. This was all very bad. This is not good, not a good short, not a good. There was no long opportunity as well. So I didn't take any trades there. And then I wanted to see a long. So I think the problem with this long, and although it looked really good, right? We did tap into, we were in the 4 hour, we're in the 15-minute. And also, I'm going to go over something really quick, how you can spot when, I guess, like the reversal, or not always, but when you have huge imbalances like this, how can you scale down to know when exactly the PD array that we're going to hit is going to reject from, right? So we have this huge imbalance here on the 15-minute. First off, the 4 hour, right? You don't know when we're going to reject, right? You have this hourly, huge, no, there's no hourly. There's a 15-minute here. Huge 15-minute. All right, go down to the 5-minute. We have a 5-minute here. Okay, how can we scale down even more? 3-minute. 3-minute. Okay, we scale down even more now to the 1-minute. And we have this 1-minute, right? Huge 1-minute. So we can expect price to reject from here, right? Which it does. So just that's a little note for you guys. If you guys are always, you're looking at this and you don't really know, just always be scaling down with these huge imbalances, 3, 2 to the 1, to get more accurate entries to get better risk to reward, right? So overall, I was going over this. I think the problem with this trade, and I honestly, looking back at this, I think I was way too locked in on NQ and I was not paying attention to ESs at all. Or I think I did, but I just completely disregard it, was we were way too close to the sell side level. And I don't think that I traded this right at all. I think I kind of forced a trade for AM, if I'm going to be honest. With myself, I think I completely forced a trade. I think I let things just get to my head, as I haven't taken a trade all week. I need to take a trade, whatever. There's people in here that need to trade, whatever. And I was just kind of, I think I forced a trade here, right? Because we were way too close to this low. Although NQ looked good, we were too close to this low on ES, right? There was no sweep of the sell side on ES, right? So ES ended up taking this low. This long ended up working. I waited for a retrace back. We retraced. I got in here, and then I added to my position. Let's see. Let's just play this out. I got in here off of this inversion for value gap here. I think I went with 2 contracts here. I originally had my stop loss here, which actually I would have won this trade if I just left my stop loss at the original stop, but I was in for way too much size here. You guys kept like hearing me say like I'm in pretty big size here. And then I added to my position here once we got bought up. And then now my risk was way too much, right? So I was risking way too much at this point. So I was like, okay, I have to move my stop. I moved my stop to negative 750, which was around this area here, around this low, right? I'm not trying to risk more than 0.5%. So I wanted this 15-minute rebalance. This is pretty much my mechanical model, but the problem with it was there was really no sweep with ES, right? And obviously ES and NQ are a correlated asset, so I should have waited for that. And we ended up getting really close to the 15-minute rebalance and ended up running straight to stop loss. I probably should have break even at the internal high also. And I was, again, just looking way too much on NQ and not ES. Like knowing that we have these lows underneath us, I definitely should have break even at the internal high. So that's just something that, I didn't stick to my rules, I think, at all during this trade. And I'm pretty upset about it, not only with my risk, with how much I was risking, but just how I played this overall. I definitely could have played this a lot better. But yeah, I mean, I learned from it, right? Straight stop loss, and that happened, right? Ended up losing 750 on that trade, and then we can move on. So after that, I was looking, and this is when like the contract rollover was really getting to me. So we ended up taking out the lows, right, that we were looking at on ES, right? We ended up taking out those lows, and up forming a very nice SMT here with all of this low resistance liquidity here built up. And we formed equal lows here on NQM, but then the NQ1 chart, I was looking at it, and we didn't even form equal lows on it. Like there was no equal lows here, and there was equal highs here. So contract rollover today was getting to me, especially with equal lows and equal highs and how much I use those in my system. It was definitely a little bit confusing, and definitely even for like taking profits for this trade, I didn't even know if these were like valid equal highs or equal lows. Like I was just pretty confused. Anyways, this inversion long after I ended up getting stopped out ended up working out right towards the 15-minute rebalance. Did anyone take this trade? Bro, because there wasn't on NQ. I did, but got break even. Yeah, this probably would have been like a break even. Nope, just sat out. Did it on demo, yeah. And this wasn't bad, but like this probably, if all right, so let's say time aligned and time was better, and let's say the setup happened at like 10 and whatever, and there was no equal lows. I probably would have played this the same way I played this, which was, after ES takes this low, I think I would have definitely not moved my stop to break even, just because this 15-minute rebalance is so free. Like I have so much conviction for this, and there's a lot of people that don't have that same conviction, that obviously took this trade, took this loss, and was like, this is a horrible trade. Why are they taking this? Why, right? But this 15-minute rebalance was so free to me, and I knew it was going to get hit. It was just bad timing, right? Bad timing, way too zoomed in on a model, bad entry. But yeah, I probably would have played this the same and just let it run, which is how I tried to play this one. But obviously my risk was too much, and wrong timing. But moving on. ES sweeping liquidity is another confluence. Of course, it is a correlated asset. So you must be looking at ES if you're trading NQ, and vice versa. So we ended up having this super nice market maker buy model form in the PM session, right? The buy model formed because 12 p.m. we started having this deep retracement into the discount of the range here, right? And then ended up forming some nice bullish structure further, right? Beautiful buy model. We ended up generating all of this low resistance liquidity and ended up having a nice buy model play out, right? So we ended up trading higher, trading higher. There was nothing really at 1 p.m. that I liked. I liked all this low resistance liquidity, so I did want to take a short. And again, like these equal highs, like this wasn't even, and then I was looking at NQ1. These weren't even equal on NQ. Yeah, super weird. Anyways. So this was the first short I ended up taking in the AM and the PM session. We ended up getting my model, which is very simple. All right, let's go to it. Okay. Sweep a significant liquidity pool and or rejection of higher time frame PDRA. All right, what are we in? We're in a 15-minute. We're in a 5-minute. All right. Check. Highest time frame inversion for value gap. Okay, we have to find that. And if there's an unfilled 15-minute, 5-minute, 3-minute. Don't short against equal highs. Don't long against equal lows. For value gap must be unfilled. Internal liquidity must be swept first. Okay. See if all of those are check marked. Internal liquidity swept. Okay. There's an unfilled 15-minute. Okay. The draw could be lower towards whatever equal lows there were on NQM. This low resistance liquidity. That's good targets. There's also an unfilled 3-minute lower here. Okay. Now, in this moment, I wasn't very bullish. I mean, I wasn't really bearish, because I did see this lunge retracement as our market maker buy model, and I was pretty bullish, but I still thought we could at least get a 1-to-1 here. And then, you know, if my bias of my buy model was wrong, then whatever. But if it was right, I get this. If it was wrong, I still win the trade, and I still get at least 1 to 1.4 RR, right? Which is good enough for me. Yeah, exactly. It was super weird, blissful. So all this aligned. Now we have to look at the highest time frame for value gap. There's a 3-minute. All right. Is there a 4-minute? No. Is there a 5-minute? No. 2-minute? No. 1 minute? Yes, but there's a 3-minute. Okay. Wait for the 3-minute. So the trade I alerted. Taking this 3-minute. All right. So 3-minute inversion happens. Ended up getting in. Targeting the 15-minute rebalance. Stop loss is here. And I wanted to see this act as a breaker, so I didn't really feel, and I wanted to see this act as a breakaway gap, so I didn't really see the need for me to put my stop loss higher. And that was that. 1-to-1, 1 to 1.4 gets hit, and my stop loss gets hit at break even. So ended up yielding around, and if I go in with the same 3 contracts here, and again, since I wasn't very bearish, I think I took out 2 here. At the 15-minute. Yeah. But I didn't even make that much. I made 450 on this. I don't know why it says 670. I made 450 only, or 460 or something. But yeah, ended up making a decent amount on that trade. And that was that. So now I see this immediate rejection of the 15-minute. Clear displacement up. And I know that we're in a buy model. So what am I going to do? I'm going to wait for time and price to align, right? I'm going to wait for time and price to align. What does this mean? I'm going to wait for 2 p.m. to open and have a clear delivery, clear manipulation, either higher or lower, right? I'm taking out my fib here, and I want to see a manipulation either higher or lower. Back to what? Our higher time frame PDRA. This is where my discretionary model comes into play, all right? We go into my discretionary model. I need to have a confident higher time frame draw on liquidity. My confident higher time frame draw on liquidity is obviously bullish, very bullish, right? All-time highs. I'm going to be bullish until I'm getting proven wrong. As of now, I'm still bullish. Okay. Recognize what program we're in the market maker buy model or sell model. We're in a clear buy model. From this lunge retracement, we generated all of this low resistance liquidity, and I think we're in a clear buy model. Okay. Rejection of higher time frame PDRA. Okay, now I want to see us trade back into this higher time frame PDRA. Very small here on NQM, but it is this 15-minute imbalance right here. Right? I want to see us reject it again. Okay. All right? And I want to have an SMT aligning with my bias. Okay? So I'm waiting for that to happen. Take out this. 2 p.m. open is right here. All right, so this is my checklist. I need all of these things to happen, right? This is what I'm looking at. This is what is in the back of my head before I'm taking this trade, okay? 2 p.m. opens. This is a very, very crucial thing that happens with 2 p.m. open. You need to see, where are we generating liquidity? Immediately, are we generating liquidity higher or lower? And are we having an SMT where? Where's the SMT getting formed? Because SMTs, there's SMTs all the time. With ES and NQ, SMTs all the time. On the 1 minute chart, wherever. But it doesn't matter unless it's in a higher time frame PD, right? Or it's with correct order flow, right? Here, we're obviously bullish. We trade down here, we get an SMT inside of the higher time frame PD array. SMT is aligning with bias. Okay, now I want to see this reject. I want to have a clear rejection. I want to have a clear displacing candle through this inversion fair value gap, right? And here's where I was looking to go long. Now everything's aligning. Now we're in equilibrium, right? We're in the discount of the range. We're in the discount of time as well, with 2 p.m. opening lower, providing that manipulation move, right? And this is when I sent my alert for this long here, and right here, where was it? Right here, right? And notice how I also, I didn't even mark out these equal highs, although they were prominent targets, a prominent target. I didn't really care about them because I had such a confident higher time frame draw on liquidity towards this equal highs. We were in a buy model. We were had such a clear delivery lower, such a clear manipulation lower. I didn't really care about this. This was the thing. If we ended up taking these highs and ended up not closing above this equal highs, if we ended up wicking it and then running lower, I wouldn't have taken it, right? But look at the candle we get. Clear displacement through these equal highs. Now, this is what? Now this is a breaker. Now if we want to trade back to it, this should support price further, right? So I got in immediately off this inversion. I got in immediately here. If we wanted to, again, trade back to it, I was completely fine with that because this would act as support to trade further, right? So got in right here. Ended up taking partial right here. This was at a 1-to-1 RR. I ended up taking a partial here. My stop loss is here. Why is my stop loss here? I don't care to put a stop loss at a swing low. I don't care to put a stop loss anywhere else because what? This whole area here is a breaker. This is your swing low. This is your swing high. This is your low that took out liquidity, that tapped into a higher time frame PD array, that formed the SMT, that 2 p.m. open lower with. If we end up trading below 2 p.m. open, then I don't want to be in this trade anymore. If we end up trading below 2 p.m. open, I'm not in this trade. If we end up trading below this breaker, I don't want to be in this trade. This trade is invalid, right? So my stop loss is here for a reason, all right? This is your swing low. This is your swing high. This is your market structure shift, right? I trade inversions, but I also use other ICT concepts to my advantage here to get better risk, right? So that's how I'm able to manage my risk. And here, I'm managing my risk again. I'm constantly moving stop. I'm constantly adjusting my risk here to get the best risk possible, right? So now I'm break even here. Break even. Took an hour. I wasn't even on Discord. Also, I hate going on Discord after sending alerts or whatever because it's just annoying. But yeah, I was also doing a recording, so I didn't really feel the need to go on Discord. And then my recording ended up failing, bro, and then I didn't even end up getting a recording. Anyways. And I took my final TP here. Reasoning for this, bro, I was just in this trade for 30 minutes. It was the worst price action I've ever seen. Generated all this low resistance liquidity. I thought, okay, I could probably just end up getting stopped out here. So you put your stop loss below the breaker, yeah. And there's also I was just really confused about the contracts. I didn't know if this was equal highs because it wasn't on NQ1. And there was I was just super confused. So I just wanted to get out. And then, yeah. And also there's times where we can just take one set of equal highs if we have two and then trade lower. And I just wanted to fully get out and take my profits for the day. So yeah, ended up making around $1,300 on this trade, $450 on the short, and I lost $750 here, bringing me up $1,000 on the day total. Super clear buy model, super clear second stage delivery here, and we ended up, ended up giving us over 50 points, right? So super good trade here. I think Patrick held to these equal highs, 1 to 4, 1 to 5 almost RR, but no, that's a lie. I didn't see my risk. So yeah, I closed fully at around 1 to 2, but that's that. All right. Any questions about any of the trades I took today? Sometimes you don't take the position when it takes internal, even if it closes it above. What makes this different? The internal here was here. I took this because I had a lot of conviction with this trade. All right, there's really this risk reward I liked a lot. 1 to 2, almost 1 to 3. If I could have gone this even higher, we had clear displacement above this internal. Most of the times, if I don't take it because we could easily take this high, turtle soup this, and then run lower, right, or do something like that. We have clear displacement through this high, right? This internal here, the reason I go break even most of the time on internal, and this is really the internal high, but if you're talking about this one, if you're really zoomed in here, right, the reason I go break even usually at internal highs is because we could have easily taken this and then run lower, but we have a clear displacing candle through this. And all of my other confluences aligned, making this for an A+ setup. I was completely fine with taking this. Wasn't there a 5-minute there? Yeah, there was a 5-minute there. But again, I'm taking this off of this inversion here. Like a lot of the times, guys, I'm not going to be looking and zoom and, messing myself up with all of these other time frames, right? When I know that this trade is solid. Like if I missed out on this, like I probably would have taken the unicorn, right? Like there's some times where I won't really care if like I wait for, as long as the inversion happens, as long as my setup is there, okay, I'll take it, right? Do equal highs and equal lows need to appear on the other NQ chart? I'm not so sure, bro. How much percent of partials do you usually take at a 1-to-1? It depends. For this trade, for the short, I took, where was it? This short, I took 75%. So I was in for 3 contracts. I took out 2. And then because I wasn't confident that it would run lower, but I still wanted to at least leave a runner. And then for this, I ended up only taking off 1 here because I was still confident the draw was higher. So it depends on the setup. Before 2 p.m. open, the 4-hour obviously didn't inverse the fair value. I think it's still longs. Before 2 p.m. open. Yeah, I think it's necessary to wait for a 2 p.m. open. Like I don't usually trade the macro because in the macro you're gonna get manipulated, right? The macros usually have some sort of manipulation, right? Macros here. What do? We immediately manipulate lower before running higher, and this is common with Silver Bullet. That's why Silver Bullet is such a strong model, right? I mean, this was like I don't want to like. This is not like a dodgy concept or whatever. But this is just like a no-brainer candle. This completely inversed every single order block. This overall model, like this is such a clear displacement, no-brainer candle that I'm taking this inversion. What NQ chart do we use now? NQ1. I'm pretty sure NQ1 is going to be good for tomorrow. Yeah, that's completely fine, Tacky. Not even a common sense candle, bro, but this is my model. Like, if this traded back to the reason I took this was also because, dude, I used to trade unicorns. I know what A plus unicorn model looks like. This is an A plus unicorn model. If we want to trade back to it, I'm completely fine with that. But I did get on and off the inversion because that's also my model. What was your PDR, the tiny 15-minute? Yeah, it was this little 15-minute here. It was it's hard to see, but it was this 15-minute. This is the trade. This is the 15-minute that I took the short to, and then this is the 15-minute I took the long off of. Higher time frame PDRA. SMT inside of it. A plus, right? Yeah, I mean, Omar, it depends. Like, it really depends on setups. Like, there will be times where I won't take it because I don't have that confident, and I'm not that confident in the draw and liquidity. Or there will be times where I'll take it like this, where I'll be confident in the draw and liquidity. Like, I'm not going to completely miss out on this trade when I know my draw is right just because it closed above the internal high. Like, that's not, like, smart. Like, I like to use some discretionary trading in my model, which is, and this looked too good. This was way too good for me not to take this, right? Especially with this candle being so clearly displacing above, right? Now, if we were to wick this high, not close above, and fail to close above, maybe tap the 5-minute, fail to close above, I wouldn't be in this, right? I would think this breaker would not hold, and we could probably trade lower, right? But I was so confident in this because of this candle. Just this one candle. If we're looking to take buy side liquidity on the 1 hour, but on the way up there's like two 15-minute bearish areas where you get, because I'm going to confuse with the draw on liquidity. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with ICZ concepts, bro, is it's a lot because it's so annoying because there's so many of them, right? So I'm clear on this draw on liquidity, right? You have to see where we're delivering from. Right, because obviously here you could say this as we're bouncing between two PD arrays, but you have to see what actual model we're in, right? This lunch retracement, this clear displacement over highs, the SMT inside of the higher time frame PD array. We didn't get an SMT inside this higher time frame PD array. Look for SMTs. Look on the lower time frame. Look to see how openings are. 2 p.m.'s opening lower. Okay, maybe if 2 p.m. open higher, took out equal highs or something, okay, then I wouldn't be that confident. If we had an SMT here, we had an SMT at these highs, 2 p.m. open higher, we ended up generating low resistance liquidity with 12 p.m., right? In the end, you have to be a little bit discretionary in your trading. You can't always do that. But that's also the thing with why I like this model that I give out, so much, is because you can have the complete wrong drawn liquidity, which I did here. Well, I mean, until here, but lower, right? And then I'm break even here. I don't know if this is going to break. You really don't know if this is going to break or not. But you still win the trade, right? So I'd say be break even at that point. If you're in a 15-minute bearish rally gap, I mean, go lower size, be break even at that point. But I didn't take it because of the risk. I thought only obvious stop loss would be at the swing low. Makes a lot of sense. We did there with the breaker, though. Yeah, a lot of the times, I mean, the majority of the time, if my risk is bad, all right, so for example, here, we didn't get a breaker. So the only reasonable stop loss for me is here. But with the majority of my trades, it will have some sort of high, low, higher, high, lower, low. And you could put your stop loss at this breaker, right? So yeah, that's what I did, because obviously the stop loss at the swing low was atrocious. TGR ass stop loss, but swing low at the breaker. And this is when it's okay to be zoomed in, right? To get that best possible risk to reward. Because at this point, if I see this breaker fail and see us trade through 2 p.m. open, then this trade is invalid. We're most likely going to the slow, right? I just joined. That trade was, it's also intuition and experience. Yeah, exactly. It is. At the end of the day, you have to be discretionary with like ICT concepts. Like if you're looking at every, like it is just screen time. The trade was turtle soup of the lows, SMT inverse rally gap towards equal highs and intermediate highs. Pretty much, yep. So you still kind of trade these. Dude, I of course. I use unicorns. I use unicorns in my trading all the time, yeah. I souped it when I saw the open low high close in SMT. Your thoughts? It was on eval. Yeah, this was a great trade. If you soup this is really good. I didn't have that much confidence in it because I did want to see an inversion here, just because I like inversions. But this candle, yeah, it's really good. Took a winning trade, 3-minute inversion sell. I think that trade was valid, or was I lucky? 3-minute inversion sell at 11:27. 11:27. You took a 3-minute inversion sell, and it was a winning trade. Did you have your stop loss at all-time highs? I think you mean a 3-minute inversion buy. You take them as confidence. You don't enter off uni now. Yeah, I take them as a confluence. I don't enter off them. But like for example, here this was a confluence for my inversion long, right? But usually, like I'll trade them like if we trade back to the uni, and then we have an inverse off the retracement. I'll use that. But how do I stop getting break even on trades after hit TP1? You gotta, I don't know. Trade better, bro. That's the problem with inverses, though. It's never. You're never gonna have like inverses. You'll it's proven like it's like the worst risk to reward out of every single concept. You're never gonna have good risk to reward with inversions, but you'll always have a really good win rate. But yeah, I don't know. Are there ever A+ soups? I feel like those are more risk worthy. Of course. Yeah, of course. It's not my model though, and it's not what I like trading. I know Ozzy, I know Pierre trades soups. I know a lot of people that trade soups and are profitable. Like at the end of the day, and I'm profitable using inversions, so I'm gonna trade inversions. I'm not gonna like start learning something else just because I see it happen today and I could have gotten better risk. But yeah, of course. Why didn't 1:30 p.m. go for equal highs when it looked like it was fully going to send it to there? 1:30 p.m. didn't go for equal highs. Fully going to send it there. Okay, we can look back. I think the main problem with this, though, is there wasn't any SMT. This trade wasn't bad, though. I don't think this trade was bad. What, you hit TP1 and then you got break even? But I mean, I can't tell you. I'm not the exact market mover, but yeah, this was what, TP1 and then got break even. If you took this was a good trade, good inversion. Was there even 2 minute? Yeah, well, it was a 3 minute. Not bad. Yeah, but we just need to. I mean, the 2 p.m. open is always going to bring more volatility than 1:30 or 1 p.m. Always. The 4-hour candle openings are always going to bring the most volatility. In that trade, I was a bit nervous staying in the retracement, and all the reason is thinking that it would be. Wait. So in that trade, I was a bit nervous staying in due to the retracements back into the 15-minute. All the LR reason thinking that I would do. Cautious. Yeah, I mean, I got out here because of this LR. I didn't like it. I think that's fine. I am not gonna lie, I got FOMO when I didn't enter the afternoon trade because I took the L in the morning. Yeah, it happens, bro. I don't know, and I think that's like the problem with signal buying. It's like most of the times, like I don't know. Like the thing is, like I take trades because I have conviction on it. If you don't have the same conviction for the trade, then don't get in the trade, because then I'm gonna send another alert. And you're gonna be like, wait, you just took a loss. You know, he's not gonna win this one. He just took a loss. But it's like the same exact model. It's the same exact setup. I have the same exact conviction for it. I'm gonna take this trade 20 times. I don't care, right? Because I know in the end my model is profitable, right? So I'm not gonna trip out over one loss. Okay, whatever. I know in the end my model is profitable. I'm gonna keep trading it. No, in the end, I'm profitable. I'm going to keep trading the way I do. Right? So I tell you guys all the time, if you don't have the conviction for the trade, don't take it. Or if I send this alert, I sent this alert. If I send this and you don't even see what I was seeing, if you don't see the 2 p.m. open low I close, if you don't see the SMT here, if you don't mark out this, if you didn't mark out this, if you didn't mark out this, if you don't see this beforehand, then don't take the trade. Because if this fails, then oh my god, he's the worst trader ever, or all this, blah, blah, blah. But then this wins, oh my god, Blake's the market mover. But it's like, do you even know why you're taking the trade? You know? Like, please, like, I want you guys to know, and I want everyone, like, before taking the trade, like, and before I send the alert, to be in it, but to be looking at it, be ready to buy, be ready to sell, whatever it is, right? Because I promise you, if you are not, and you are just blindly following alerts, like I've seen so many people, took an alert and, oh my god, I just lost, even though I hit take profit and I made money. Or, oh my god, I just, like, they don't even know how to follow fucking alerts correctly now, dude. I don't even know. Yeah. That's that. Shut up, Patrick. Would you recommend on getting your backtesting executions into live trading? I've started like 1 to 5 months ago. 70% win rate. I don't know if it's NQ conditions, but I rarely get setups. Would you recommend on getting your backtesting executions into live trading? Oh, what would you recommend on getting your backtesting into live trading? I mean, I'm going to be honest, like right now is, like, if you're just getting into trading, bro, I'm going to be honest, right now is the hardest conditions for me and for a lot of people in like the past 2 years. One, right now we're at all-time highs. So automatically, you know, bro, we have no 4-hour structure. We have no hourly structure. What is this? Right? There's nothing. There's really no setup here that is A+. Why? Because the external model doesn't provide any setups that are A+. Okay? So in the end, I mean, it's really hard trading these conditions, and I strongly recommend you to go back to 2022 and build that confidence. I've been doing that this past few days. I've been going into 2022, back testing. Like I do that like still now. But yeah, damn, why am I getting spammed? So it's better to wait for the hourly candle instead of entering off the 50 macro. Yes. The majority of time with 4 hour openings, you're going to get manipulated out before performing the right draw, which is what happens with pretty much the majority of 50-minute macros. I know we probably haven't gotten that with 10 a.m. in the past few days, but I mean, I don't care. Like, look at literally every single. The data's there. It's like, oh my god, but the No News Monday today was so good. I'm just always going to trade No News Monday. Or, oh my god, the No News Monday these past 2 weeks was really good. I think I should trade No News Monday. It's like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Like, you're basing 2 weeks off, 2 or 3 weeks off data off of like years of horrible. Like, I hate that shit. Like, oh my god, lunch today was so good. I'm gonna trade lunch tomorrow. It's like 99% of the time you're not gonna have that. Trading is a game of probability. So I'm not gonna trade the macro openings because I know most of the time we're going to have the manipulation move with 150 macro, which is what happens before delivering higher. Right? What the fuck, Blissful, did I just read like 3 minutes ago? So theoretically, if you can trade this price action at all time highs, you can do fine in the future. Yes, bro, of course. Of course. You guys see in backtesting, bro, like I have insane win streaks. Like, it's literally just because like price action is good. Like, wait till and I know it's super hard for everyone new to trading to understand, but like, wait till we get some clear action later in the summer. Maybe the next month or two, or maybe next 2 months or 3 months. Wait till we actually get structure on the higher time frame. Oof, are we going to be making some breadage? But yeah, what's that? We got profile pic. Whose profile pic? For my. Going on screen. Okay. Anyways, think you have to buy low, sell high. 200 IQ, bro. All right, but does anyone have any questions on my trades today? Or anything at all? Before we move on into journals. Clean. Okay. What does SMT mean? So an SMT is smart money reversal. Happens with ES and NQ, and it occurs when either ES or NQ makes a higher high and the other index makes a higher or a lower low. For example, here ES made a lower or a higher high, NQ made a lower low. ES and NQ are correlating assets, so you have to trade them like that, and this usually indicates a reversal. You have to use them with higher time frame PD arrays. For example, here we use the 15-minute as our SMT in the higher time frame PD array. And yeah, that's that. Because, it's going to lag a bit, and you're going to have SMTs Like there was an SMT here, right? There's an SMT here. But like, is it with the correct order flow? No, so I'm not going to care about it. Right? There's always going to be like a little bit of lag, so you have to wait. But anyways. Everyone starts up on other powerful system. The majority of the time with 5 minutes, I'll wait for a retrace. So with 5 minutes, usually what happens is we'll have the 5 minute inversion, but I like to get like the best possible risk to reward. So I'll usually wait for like a retrace back into the inversion, some 1 minute structure so I can get the best risk to reward. Usually with 5 minutes, if you're trading the 5 minute, you're going to have to use a 5 minute stop loss. All right. And there's a flash flood warning. It's a dangerous and life-threatening situation. There goes going to the gym for today. Bro, this shit's so annoying. It's been like that all week. I know. I keep just getting fucking until 8 p.m., bro. Miami is like going underwater. But that's that. All right. Last week, made 2,800. This week, I'm up 1,000. So we've been doing good. I'm gonna now go into journals. See what you guys had for today. And if you guys journal and it's my trade, I'm gonna kill you all. All right. Okay, we'll go over alabaster and lobster. I think I want to check out Burger's journal first. All right. And this is moderator, by the way. Who gave him mod, bro? Who gave Aussie mod? Like, actually. Top Step. Hands down, Top Step's the best for him. And one of one. I swear. Use code BB. One of one is actually the best. But no. I like Top Step, bro, because I request a payout, and there's not like like, I never have thought to myself once, like, oh my god, I hope this gets accepted. Like, all you motherfuckers with Apex, like, are constantly like, oh my god, I hope this gets accepted because one trade I scaled in too much once the trade went lower or something, and it's gonna get rejected. It's like, bro, with Top Step, I'm literally like, okay, I made money. Okay, request payout. I don't give a fuck. Like, it's like with Apex, bro, it's like you have to worry about all their little rules. You can only request 2K, the trailing drawdown, bro. Like, I can't with Apex. There's way too many rules. But anyways, bro, it's literally unnecessary stress. There's no percentage with Top Step rule. What do you mean? 750K is max. Dude, what is going on in this journal? Okay, I was going to look at halabsters. Yes, of course, you have to start a journal. Start a journal, bro. You need to. All right. Ended up losing the short at 3:01 Eastern. We were inside of 50-minute bearish pair. I got SMT the highest, took off 1 minute. Could have done better. Okay. 3 p.m. SMT. Because he took it at 3 p.m. $3:01 Eastern. Okay, let's just go to 3:01. Okay, this was just all right. This is like the problem, I think, with SMTs and like people getting really caught up in SMTs. Here we weren't completed with the buy model, right? Shorts here are not good. Although there's an SMT here, like, unless the SMT is so prominent, we have a clear rejection off there, and then we have some structure lower. Okay, that's valid. Here we have a clear rejection off the SMT the second it gets formed. Clear displacement candle. There was nothing here. This is not like a displacement candle. This is not a displacement. There's nothing here that's clear. Oh my god, why am I getting fucking tagged 20 times, bro? Stop tagging me, boys. And it's literally the owner of the server, bro. My god. Ruining charting. Why are you here, Patrick? Go get a life, bro. Nothing better to do than fuck up my charting session. But yeah, I think SMT's like, especially with ES leading. Let me see here. Yeah. I don't know. I think this is just a little bit mid. Every time he breathes with his beak. Oh, I breathe with my beak. My beak. Yep. Keep talking, bro. Keep talking, bro. I don't know why people that are 4'7" are talking to me, but moving on. This is not bad. Not bad at all. I don't think you had the wrong idea, but I think you have to wait for a clear bearish structure lower before actually getting into a short, because obviously this buy model here isn't complete on ES, right? But yeah, moving on. Second trade. Trying shorts every swept buy side, entered 1 hour, unfilled 1 hour bearish SMT. Okay, nice. This is just super late, I'm not gonna lie. 1 hour bearish unfilled. 1 hour bearish unfilled. Unfilled bearish 1 hour. Here? Oh, after this got hit, I think is what you're saying. Okay, I think this is also not bad. Also, the problem with this, the first trade, was 3 p.m. had nothing clear, right? Like, wait for the hourly opening. Wait for the hour to do its thing. 3 p.m. opens here, and you took this trade at 3:01. Wait for like the first 10 minutes or something to play out, right? 3 p.m. obviously has this run higher. Okay, now shorts here. Okay. They're like, okay. I think this is actually a good short. Not bad. Not a bad short. This is a good short. I think the first one, though, you just didn't wait enough for time. That was the problem. That's what I was like trying to think about. But that's that. Why do I keep getting tagged? I swear to God. Like, what is this, bro? But yeah, problem with this was just time. Wait for time to align, and then here was pretty good. 3 p.m. open higher, and this was fine. Okay. Moving on. Who wants me to check their journal? All right. Okay. Bro, we gotta change this journal god color. I'll do it after. I can't even see your name. Let's see this. Okay. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I don't really know what to tell you here. Don't full port. Lock in. Good that you're journaling it though. But there's the majority of people here are full porting. They're not journaling, so good. 45 on both accounts. I over leveraged in full port. Okay. Well, did one thing right. Had bearish bias because of wallet for value has been balanced. Yeah. Okay, you took a 1 minute. Okay, hold up, hold up. Okay, you took a short here. What time frame is this? I don't really know what's going on here. This was at 8:45. 1 minute. You're on the 1 minute. Okay, this is on the 1 minute. Oof. I'm not gonna lie. Like this, bro. It's just like there's zero external structure. Like I don't know. And I mean this is okay. The 1 minute though, you took a 8:45 short. I'm not gonna lie. This is like an okay trade. I just hoped you managed risk. Well, you didn't, but I don't know. I don't know if you like have like I don't really see your confluences with it. Okay. For rally gap, struggling to make new highs, enter short, expect to make a new bullish for rally gap. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's valid. At least that. This was like your target. That makes sense. Not bad. Then I exit early because I was up. Nice. Okay. I'm not even gonna look at chat. I don't even know what I just got tagged in. All right, next journal was a couple of days ago. Oh yeah, Patrick doesn't do charting sessions. He doesn't do journals. I heard. I heard he's never done a journal. Is that true, Brett? You just do charting and then you get off? Part timer, bro. Part timer can't even look at journals. I do performance. What the fuck is that? Why did I just open up pages? Okay. A few days ago, I got to go back a bit because this guy didn't get journaled yet. This was a really good trade. I think you sent this to me. I remember this. Yeah. But it was close to. Wait, what's going on? Okay, here we go. Okay, this was good. Yeah, I remember. I think you sent this. PDI 3-minute inversion. Drawn liquidity data lows. Don't put stop loss too tight. Don't short BOT setups. Drawn liquidity was correct though. Yeah, not bad. I just don't think. And I think it got generated after you went in. But like this low resistance liquidity, man, it's like if you're shorting like here, like this is just a bad trade. This is not a good trade with just all of this right above. Right? All of this right above. Wait, you're just asking to get swept. It's yeah. But overall, yeah, I mean you have the right draw. I think there was equal lows there, data lows, so not bad, but yeah, it's all-time highs. It's very low probability trying shorts, which is why I've been trying longs pretty much all day, except for like if you're gonna take a short, like close early, break even early, right? Manage risk properly. Sweep Asian lows forever. I got up, entered retest, and I think this was the trade we took this morning. And break even and small TP. Nice, super good. Nice. This is good. Yeah, I didn't take profit, but nice. If you took profit here, which is what I probably should have done, nice. Good. I think Ethan's journal. Can you check my first trade? Was it good enough? Yeah, we can look at your first trade. Yeah, this was good. This was really good. And there wasn't equal lows on NQ1. So this was really good. Yeah. I like this a lot, bro, but I was just so confused what was going on with the charts. But yeah, I mean, let's say this wasn't the day of contract rollover. I don't think this trade would have been good just because the stop loss is literally equal those. But this was really good. And this is what I should have done. This is why the first trade I took was bad and I shouldn't have taken it, was because of how close ES was towards this low. ES was way too close to this low the whole time we were trading it. And the reason we were so choppy here was because ES was way too close to this low. The second it gets taken out, we form an SMT here and delivers beautifully the 15-minute rebalance. Right? So this is a great trade. Good trade. Good trade, Ethan. Ethan's been killing it recently. Didn't take it as like signal, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the higher time frame PDR weight was the 15-minute though. But nice. Yeah, same exact entry as me. Nice. Really good. All right, I think that's it. I think I've been doing live for about an hour now, so I think I'm going to probably get off here. Yeah, I do prefer PM trades much more. I mean, PM is just what's been, for me, like, been working. I've been winning a lot more in PM session. For me, AM has just been choppy and not good. So I'm going to stick to PM probably. But, yeah. Yo, last day here. Learned so much over a month. Man, I love PI things helping me get funded. Love to hear it, bro. That's really good to hear, man. That's the goal of this Discord, bro. To get in here for a month or whatever, how long you've been in here, and learn everything, and then go and trade on your own, and you know. Every time I get like added by someone though, I know it's just something so brain dead that I don't even want to look at. Yeah. Can we just ban him? Well, let's get him out of here at this point. But yeah, guys, I hope this taught you a lot today. Not only my discretionary model that I took today based off the concepts I posted here, right? So this was basically that. Went over this in a live example here. Clear buy model here. And then also my mechanical model that I teach here. This can easily get you funded if you literally only trade this. This is basically all I traded to get max allocation with Top Step. So yeah, currently trying to build some buffers here, and I ended up being really stupid and taking a payout early. I don't know why I did that, bro, but now my account's good. Anyways, one account is good though. But anyways, that's that. Hopefully you guys learned a lot. Yeah, any last questions you guys have? If not, I'll probably just get off here. On Apex at Blake, what does that mean?
Yo, are we switching to September contracts tomorrow?
I think it's tomorrow, yeah.
Alright.
But if you're just on NQ1, like you can just chill on NQ1. I think today was just bad because today's like the actual day, but then adjust for contract changes and it automatically changes. So that's what I'm gonna do. But yeah.
I'm scared.
I'm scared too. I'm not like 100% sure because
Because what about equal highs and lows?
yeah, like are those even real?
Dude.
Like I didn't even know if
Like,
this
don't they
was
get
equal
patched
highs.
for like a week?
What?
Do they get patched like this week?
Yeah, they're literally patched this week. It's not real.
Dude, do we just trade ES?
We just trade ES and target their equal highs. Ugh. Alright.
Equal lows aren't real at all time highs. No way.
Yeah, are we getting our money back, Will?
No.
Or not? Dude,
I
like that
think
guy got scammed so hard, bro. Like I'm so like and like it was so obvious too.
it was so obvious. Wait, the funniest part was like you were like on the bottom floor, and and Enzo was like, "So do we just like send him 2K?" And Pat was like, "Yeah, bro, let's do it."
I didn't even know about this, bro.
Yeah, I was like, "You gonna wait to like maybe talk to Blake?"
Nah.
He was like, "Yeah, like I'll put up my end. Like, what is it? Only 285?"
Yep, and that went straight to the drain. All your fault, Patrick.
Did
Yeah,
you?
that kid. I don't know, bro. That kid's funny though. It was just, yeah. In my opinion, 3 Aussie shouldn't be allowed to trade, but that's just what.
He brought girls, and we brought negative energy. Like I think we were
Why is
pretty.
he? Why is he typing like Zaza, bro? Trying to be Zaza, bro. Get out of here.
Dude, we got what?
Nah, I was just gonna keep yapping, but that's that. I think I'm pretty much done.
No, keep yapping because we're never getting this money back.
Yeah, literally. All right, so I mean, for tomorrow, I'm gonna be bullish coming into Friday. I think tomorrow we can check out Forex Factory really quick. We have Sumer Sentiment at 10 a.m. We'll go live at then, 10 a.m. Right? And then dude, he's not real, bro.
Why does he sound like he was talking to a microwave?
Mike is a little. On his day off, he decides to bombard my charting session, bro. He has nothing better to do. Blake didn't speak to a single girl. Yeah, I didn't, bro. All right, but yeah, Sumer Sentiment at 10 a.m. We'll go live then.